Hey there, this is Drew Kaplan, Star Wars Maven. I'm excited to talk about a new book coming out in 2 days, hitting bookshelves, called Star Wars: The Clone Wars Stories of Light and Dark. And as you can see along the sides, there are 11 different authors, each contributing a story to this volume. All short stories. 10 of these stories are based off of episodes that appeared in the first, third, fourth, and fifth seasons of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Sorry, seasons 2, 6, and 7. And there is actually also a totally new original 11th story, which is based off of, or sort of inspired by, a third season episode. Now, these are actually kind of interesting. So of the 10 stories here, they are, like I mentioned, based off of episodes in the first, third, fourth, and fifth seasons of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Now, I am a big Star Wars: The Clone Wars fan. I don't know if I've expressed that before here. I am. It's true. I'm admitting it. Big Clone Wars fan. And it's kind of interesting, to be honest, because we get to see basically narrative expansion, sort of more depth, more of a context to the characters involved in the stories, some of which are in first person and some in third person. There's some really good third person tellings in which we gain access from the authors to the thoughts and feelings of some of the characters, including there's a couple really good stories, for instance, involving one from Padme's perspective and one from Asajj Ventress's perspective. And we really get access, despite it being in third person, to the particular characters' thoughts and emotions. Now, also, there's some really intriguing and compelling first story tellings, including some stories from Cad Bane's perspective, Count Dooku's perspective, Darth Maul's perspective, some really intriguing stories in this volume. So as a Clone Wars fan, hey, that's new content, a real depth and deepening of further provision of depth to these stories. Now, that having been said, I'm really excited actually to talk about this 11th story. So, written by E.Ann Convery, there we go, E.Ann Convery. This is actually a totally new story inspired by the third season episode Massacre, and it's super fascinating for 3 different reasons. Yes, it's original content, yeah, of course, but also it has a really intriguing, sort of mysterious style to it, which is as a reader, it's really fascinating to go along. 2, we get to learn more about the Night Sisters. So, including that the Night Sisters clan that we see involved in the Clone Wars is actually only one particular clan on Dathomir. There are other witches that exist. There are other clans that exist on Dathomir. So even though we saw in the third season episode Massacre, basically that entire Night Sisters clan being wiped out by Grievous and the droid army, guess what? That doesn't mean we don't get any more witch content in Star Wars. That could mean we can get further Dathomirian witch content in Star Wars, just minus the Night Sisters. Now, the third thing is really cool because it's a potential origin story for Asajj Ventress. So that is actually a deeply intriguing story in here. So, good stories. I'm a big Clone Wars fan. If you're a Clone Wars fan, hey, this is good stuff. I will say I would have loved, even just in the introduction, context. Why is this volume being produced, and why is it being produced now? Yes, I get that this year, just a few months back, we had the final episodes ever being shown of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I get that the series is done. We're not going to try to further save the Clone Wars, as it were. I get it. We're done. Why now? Why these stories? Are there going to be further stories to be told? Why depthening? Why not just create new stories? Now, that having been said, I also am a huge fan of new Star Wars content. I just told you, especially Star Wars: The Clone Wars content, I just told you that that 11th story was more about Night Sisters. You also get more Night Sisters in here, right? Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir, really great comic book. And also this, right? Also Asajj Ventress, more, I told you Asajj Ventress, but Star Wars Dark Disciple, also really good book. And I would love to see more Star Wars: The Clone Wars, even written content. Like I said, we're done with new televised content for Star Wars: Clone Wars. That's fine. I'm willing to accept that. So I'm curious if Disney Lucasfilm Press continues to put out more written content. So this book is actually intriguing for that potential for future news stories. So again, this book, Star Wars: The Clone Wars Stories of Light and Dark, hits bookshelves in just 2 days on Tuesday, the 25th of August, 2020. And thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.